And I'm going to ask you guys a question, and I would prefer you to watch this entire video all the way through, then answer it. Was Dabo Swinney right? Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold on. I know what you're saying. Matt, what are you talking about, buddy? And that's a great question, my friend. I'd love to answer it. This is Halloween. This is Halloween. Pumpkins scream in the dead of the night. This is Halloween. This is Halloween. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, hope all of you having a great Halloween. Hope all of you having a great day. Hope all of you having a great week. If not, I hope this video can make it a little bit better. Kind of a bummer for my fellow North Alabamians and my people in the Southeast because we got a squall line of storms coming through tonight and it's looking like it's going to ruin Halloween. You can't make it up, man. At least where I reside in North Alabama, and now that I'm thinking about it, I think for the entire state of Alabama, the entire Southeast, it hasn't rained much in the past 3 to 4 weeks. And now, of course, we have a holiday and it's going to rain on the night of that holiday. The only time it couldn't rain. But hey, man, just like we say on this channel, it is what it is. Can't do nothing about it. And in this life, it's not what happens to you, it's how you respond to it. So you can either choose to have your glass half full or you can choose to have it half empty. Your choice. I can't speak for y'all. Let me know in the comment section how you feel, but I love this time of year. I love Halloween. I love seeing the leaves changing and all that nice stuff. And I'm telling you, nothing, and I mean absolutely nothing, beats the feeling of waking up at 5:36 a.m., walking outside with your morning coffee and feeling that cool fall breeze hit you on a college football Saturday. One of the best feelings in the world, just knowing you're up before everybody else and you got a bunch of college football to watch. Speaking of college football, why don't we talk about some of it? And I don't know if some of you have noticed, I'm sure some of you have, we haven't been making a lot of videos this week because there's been a lot of stuff going on. Kind of weird, right? We're in the middle of college football season and there's no drama. Seems a little too quiet for me. I'm sure that'll change relatively soon, but one thing I've been thinking about the past couple of weeks is Dabo Swinney and Clemson. And I'm going to ask you guys a question, and I would prefer you to watch this entire video all the way through, then answer it. Was Dabo Swinney right? Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold on. I know what you're saying. Matt, what are you talking about, buddy? And that's a great question, my friend. I'd love to answer it. The past couple of years, Dabo Swinney has caught a lot of flack for his lack of transfer portal use. And he's got a lot of flack from me, myself, and I because I've told you guys time after time after time, he's a dinosaur. He failed to adapt. Clemson is the only team in college football outside of Army and Navy that didn't get a player out of the transfer portal. And oh yeah, I think the other team on that list is Air Force. And when asked about this, Dabo continues to stand 10 toes down and say the same thing over and over and over. We don't need the portal. That's not how they want to do things, and that's not what he wants to do moving forward. Here's one of Dabo's quotes when talking about the transfer portal and how Clemson has done the past couple of years. Quote unquote, "We've been very consistent, even in the last 3 years. There's a perception, a narrative that gets drummed up that we stink, that we're no good because we haven't made a Final Four. We made it 6 years in a row. It's hard, you know. You got to have a little luck along the way, and we've had some tough breaks, but in that 3-year span, we won 30 games. I think Dabo's absolutely right. And although I've called him a dinosaur, it doesn't mean I don't think he's not a good coach. Of course, he's a good head coach. And I'll talk more about that in just a second, but let me show you another one of his quotes. There are a lot of storms around college football right now, but we're kind of anchored, and it's not that we're not affected, but we don't just get washed out to sea and swim for our lives. We're very fortunate because we've been established, and we've been so consistent for a long, long time. We're still about the same things that we were 16 years ago." Here's another interesting quote. "I said earlier today, if I took a job somewhere else, I'd be the greatest portal recruiter ever because half my roster would be gone and I'd have to put it together. But if you study our team, our retention is as good as anybody in the country. Guys graduate, they stay, and we recruit." Interesting. What y'all think about that? And there's many more quotes and sayings I could show you from Dabo, but I think you get the point. We know how Mr. Dabo Swinney feels about the portal. Not a fan of it, and he feels like at Clemson, he doesn't need it. Like he just stated, yeah, if he went elsewhere, he used it a crap ton. But at Clemson, he feels like they're developing guys the right way and everything's fine. They don't need it. With that being said, let's get back to something I was talking about only a couple minutes ago. Dabo being a dinosaur. I still stand 10 toes down on that, and I think he is a dinosaur. I think the game has slightly passed him by. Not to discredit him or anything, but it's just reality. Clemson these past couple of years, ironically enough, could have used a couple guys out of that portal. But Dabo, having the ego he has, and let's be honest, he has an ego, he was like, nah, we're good, my brother. We are A-OK over here at Clemson. Everything's going to be just fine. But fast forward time into our current season, here we are. Clemson sits at I wouldn't say pretty, but a decent 6-1. The reason I say it's decent is because, yeah, they've been taking care of business, but they haven't beat a ranked opponent. The only game they really played that had any significance up until this point was Georgia, and they got beat by a 30-burger. But rather less, they're 6-1, and what really got me thinking about Dabo Clemson in this situation is how Florida State and Mike Norvell have fared out this season. I'm not going to sit up here and continue to beat a dead horse. We'll just leave it at this. Florida State, they suck. But why they suck? Because Mike Norvell has tried to build a D1 Power 4 football program by just using the portal, and you can't do that. It finally this year caught up to him and bit him in the butt, and well, you see how they're doing. They're 1-7. But it had me thinking, was Dabo Swinney right? Is it actually better to just not use the portal at all? Just leave it alone? Don't even entertain it? Because sure, Clemson might not win a championship this year, but they're for sure going to finish way better than Florida State, and they're going to win, I'd say, at bare minimum, 10 games this year. No matter what happens this year, Clemson's still going to be a top 25 football team, win 10 games, and those players, even if they don't win a championship, they're going to be pretty happy with what they've done. And there's something to be said about that. I know it's championship or bust for teams like Alabama, Clemson, Georgia, but winning 10 or 11 games, that's a good season. But more importantly, Dabo is retaining that culture that he's built up over the many years. Retaining was the wrong word to use. I think this is a better one. He's maintaining it. When you develop guys and you don't bring in transfers, I think that's a recipe for success to a certain degree. I still feel like Clemson would benefit from the portal because the portal is great if you just go in there and I'm not saying you got to go get 30 guys like Mike Norvell tries doing, but seriously, if Clemson just goes in there and they notice, hey, we're weak at the running back position, we're weak at the wide receiver position, which they're going to be, yeah, go into the portal and get a stud. And that's it. You only got to get 2 or 3 guys. Nobody's telling Dabo if you go into the portal, you got to get 20 new dudes. And one guy who did an excellent job at using the portal to his advantage, didn't make it his identity, just took advantage of it, was Nick Saban. Every single year, it seemed like Nick Saban had 2 or 3 guys in that portal that really helped out that Bama team, and one guy that comes to my mind the most was Jahmyr Gibbs from Georgia Tech. I don't have too much more to say than to end this video off with the question we've been talking about all done this video. Do you think Dabo was right about not using the transfer portal? If you're trying to build a premier program and brand, I would say it's better to not use the portal and just use it, if you're going to use it, as least amount as possible. But I feel like Dabo, since he does have so much control over that Clemson team and program, he could use it a little and it wouldn't affect how that program runs and operates. We didn't even really talk about this too much, but let's just say, hypothetically speaking for the sake of this video, Clemson, they finish a year on a not so good note. They drop 3 games, or even if they drop another, I think those fans to a certain extent might be disappointed. I wonder if people are still going to be clamoring in the offseason about, oh, Dabo needs to use a transfer portal. Because one thing I've noticed, especially in the past couple of years, is this Clemson fan base, they're getting a little impatient. And I think they're in the right for being upset because Clemson has been doing the same thing over and over and over and expecting a different result. And they haven't been improving much. Now, this year, outside of the Georgia game, it has improved. But the past couple of years, nah, it wasn't good football to watch. That's just me, though. I'm curious. Let me know your thoughts down below about that.